and welcome to the Borderland Sports Report, where we bring the best stories here in the Borderland to you every day. We are joined here by a special guest, Coach Ben Wallis from UTEP Volleyball. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been, 2 years since I've been back with you?
Probably so. Lots changed.
Yeah, lots changed. Yeah, for sure.
Lots changed with you guys and with us, and
Yes, sir.
Change is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's jump right into this thing. I think I may have asked you this probably 2 years ago, but for all these new kids, why UTEP?
Yeah, I think if you'd asked me in 2018 when they hired me why UTEP, I would have told you something different than I will tell you today, which back then the answer was because it was a team that needed help, and I felt like I could come and help them, and we could make a really cool program out of it. And now in 2025, the answer is because this is a destination, because people want to come play here, and we're good, and we can be great.
Yeah.
Our administration is investing in us, and our city is investing in us. Our players that come to us from all over the country want to be here. Programs have come to try to pick us out of El Paso, and we've just said no because of what's happening here, and it's a special place to play.
Definitely. I'm glad you said that, because from the outside looking in, it looks like to me you figured out how to sell El Paso.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's the best and biggest and most important piece to being successful in El Paso is how do you sell El Paso, and how do you sell UTEP? And the ones that have a lot of success over the course of their career here find the right way that their program, not necessarily what football does or what basketball does, because we don't live in their world. We live in a different world, a different realm. Like, I talk to Coach Gibbs a lot with soccer about how he can sell soccer in El Paso, and he's getting a lot of the right people there. So when we hired Francesca Green, the new track coach, I said the same thing to her. Like, you got to find what works for you in the city to sell El Paso and UTEP to the players you want. And when you find that, and you can start getting the right people and start building success on wins, then anybody will come. You can get anybody to come here because it's a special place.
And since being here the second time around, and since 2015, I've said that the coaches that haven't had success here just don't know how to sell this city.
And some don't understand the type of people that are in El Paso.
Yes.
And so there's not a lot of people here that are needy or bougie, or expect a certain type of treatment. They want workers. They want to see the blue collar grinders. They want to see the people that have built something on their merit, on hard work, and they bring players like that. Those are the ones that connect the best to the city for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. Speaking of which, 13 returning players. What's 5 freshmen?
4 freshmen and junior college transfer.
And a junior college transfer. Mm-hmm. How's that been? It's got to be nice from a standpoint of you've got players now that have been in your system 2 years, and you've got a lot of leaders that are help pushing that as well. So how has that been, that coming into this start of this season?
It's been awesome. I mean, it's been really it's been, in most ways, it's awesome. In some ways, it's really hard for me to sleep at night because I've got a team of 18 players that can all play. I mean, we just finished practice, and that's why I rolled over here a couple minutes late. But we just finished practice, and every drill we put out there and every competition we put out there, the teams that are against each other could probably, if we split our team in 2, we could probably go give ourselves a chance to beat any college team in the country. And that's how deep we are. That's how veteran we are. It's how talented we are. It's how skilled we are. But we're super competitive right now because we have a lot of returning veterans, and the young people that we brought are prepared to play. The young lady, Fuka Sekita from New Mexico Military, our junior college libero transfer, she's a star. And so we've got, 18 really good volleyball players in there, and it's exciting to see. There's not as much teaching of skill. There's more reminding and teaching of tactic and system. And so that's different than years past. Like I look at a lot of my practice plans from years past, and I'm like, no, we gotta move forward from that. We've got to do something to build on that. So we have a lot of curious kids in the gym, a lot of kids that a lot of young ladies that wanna win at all costs, and that's fun. That's fun. And it is a different change though when you have that many veteran players in your gym. You better not come in and just try to throw out a skill-based, repetitious-based practice. You better have something, a carrot to dangle in front of them because they're ready for it.
Yeah, and I know obviously Conference USA championship is the goal, but I gotta believe with what you guys have coming back, making a run in the NCAA tournament has to be on the top of that list too.
Yeah, I think we'd be foolish to, like, look, when you've been to the penthouse, you don't want to stay. You don't want to stay on the fourth or fifth floor.
Not at all.
You don't want to be there anymore. You want to go back to the penthouse and see if you can get some upgrades. So we have been to the tournament. We have seen the way they treat the best teams in the country. And when I speak about they, I mean the NCAA. The NCAA tournament is a special place to be, and we earned our opportunity to be there last year. And we did not win a championship to get there. We got there on our merit, selected by a committee of our peers to say you get to go to the NCAA tournament because you're one of the best teams in the country. So that was a game changer program-wise in a lot of ways for our players. We've been talking about it for 6 seasons.
Yes.
We've been dishing it out on a plate, and making it look pretty to try to say this is what you can go get. And when they were able to do that and they received that bid, they achieved something that no one had ever done in the history of our program.
True.
Now they look at it and say that's the standard. That's what we want. We want to go back. Now, there's 2 paths.
Yes.
There's the championship path, and there's the at-large path. And so our team is prepared and working and have been building and working toward the championship path, and that's really what the ultimate goal is.
Yeah, I'm going to be 100% transparent here. Probably wasn't until about 3 years that I really got into college volleyball, right? And a lot of that had to do with my wife coaches high school volleyball, but I saw you guys play, and we had the conversation. And one of the things, and at the time I was coaching high school basketball, and one of the things that really translate between the 2 sports, really all sports, is getting in a defensive stance.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like that transfers to all sports, but volleyball and basketball, the translation between those players is so close that I wish more young ladies would understand that and play both.
And yeah, the way that you put yourself in an athletic ability, an athletic posture to go take something away defensively is really the key. And my son plays basketball, so I get the opportunity to translate, the teaching and the components of the body to basketball too. And so, he and my oldest son are actually really enjoying volleyball right now, and they're getting better and better.
Yeah.
And it's fun for him to translate basketball to volleyball and volleyball to basketball. And so I love it, man. I've never had a team at UTEP in 7 seasons that can defend the way we can defend. It's been really hard to score in our gym. And one would think, is it because we're bad at offense, or is it because we're really good at defense and blocking and digging? And the questions are becoming more clear to me now after 7, 8, 9, 10 practices that we're really good defensively. We can really dig it. We can really block it. We have athletes everywhere, and like you said, we are hungry to do it. And now it's a mindset for us that we're not going to let you get the ball on the ground without making you pay for it.
Yeah, I seen a few of the interviews with some of your players, and I could just hear it in her voice. Especially, was it Kayla? Is that her name?
Kaya Weaver. Mm-hmm.
Especially in her voice, right? I could hear. I was like, oh, she on something different this year.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them are. A lot of them are, and that's because we're veteran.
Yeah.
But also because, like I said, we've been to the penthouse. So when you've been to the penthouse, you don't want to go backwards. You don't want to. It's no longer the temperament and the vision of our program from our players, not from our staff, but from our players. It's no longer about we just want to be good.
Yeah.
Now it's we want to make it back to a place where we can win not only a Conference USA championship, but give ourselves an opportunity to go win on the biggest, brightest stage.
And it's you always hear Power 4, Power 5, and then they talk. But you guys can play with anybody in the country.
Absolutely, 100%.
I've seen you guys, watch you guys. I'm like, they can play with anybody in the country.
Yeah.
And I think now, I think when you guys walk into a gym, y'all have an expectation that we're going to win this game.
Expectation's a big word that we toss around, and I think that the city has a big expectation for us. People that are operating podcasts and radio shows and TV, segments, they expect for us to be good. We expect for us to be good, and so that works well together. Where it doesn't work well together is when the city or those people expect you to be good and you're unsure of yourself.
Yeah.
That's when all hell breaks loose. And our players expect to win. And they expect to go into the gym, and if you're going to earn a win, you've done something right to be able to get that W from us.
For sure.
It doesn't matter if you're a Power 4 program. It doesn't matter if you're a Group of 4 program. It doesn't matter if you're a conference champion or somebody that's just trying to figure out where the trajectory of their program is going. But we're going to give ourselves a chance to win. That's a no-brainer. The question becomes with this group is, are we going to be competitive enough at the end to have some people do more and do the plus stuff to get us to a championship? And that's the carrot we've been dangling in front of these guys since December when we lost to Oklahoma in 5.
Yeah.
That's been the conversation with this group.
And we sat and we watched that game in the house, and my wife was yelling the whole game.
Yeah.
She was yelling the whole game. And it's truly been really awesome to see the transformation that you've made in the program. Coming in and setting the tone and setting that foundation, like when you guys first came in, how was building that culture compared to now building this culture that's truly surrounded by winning?
Mm-hmm. The early change was very difficult because you had to tackle so many different problems, and so our initial thought was, what problems can we tackle?
Yeah.
And which ones can't we get to yet? And so we couldn't get to the culture, the winning, the high level pieces until you lay the bricks of beating the loser out of them.
Yeah.
Beating the mentality of I can't into I will. The ability to get people involved in your program that teach them how to think properly. Tremaine Johnson taking our strength coaches who've been with me since day one, taking them and turning them into physical specimens. Man, we have a vert system that tracks it's like a GPS vert system that tracks their ability to do powerful things laterally and vertically. Bad landing mechanics, explosive movements, jump count totals, and our players in the gym are flying right now, and he's a big piece of that. So we had to attack skill, we had to attack athlete, and then we had to attack the brain and teach them how to win. At some point in the 2020, 21, we started to realize we were pretty good and we could win.
Yeah.
And at that point, we started to attack culture. We started to spend more time with our team outside of volleyball, doing things that were centered around our group, selflessness and servant-mindedness, how you talk to yourself as an athlete, the components of a real winner, a competitor. And now that's what we've been adding on the backside of this progress. We've been adding small pieces to the puzzle that are showing up in the gym now every day, and the competitiveness. And now we got some really smart veteran people that take that stuff very seriously.
Definitely. And, I think once you get that winning, that taste of winning, oh my goodness, and the players buy in to want to go back for that taste, you get something special.
Yeah.
And I think right now you guys have something special.
I agree with you. I mean, we have special people too, and that's a big piece of it. I think that, Courtney Johnson, my assistant coach, is our domestic recruiting coordinator, and then I've got Nick Petrovich, who's been with me since day one as well, and he's our international recruiting coordinator. So we have some international players. We have a lot of domestic players. Our percentage has gotten so much smaller on the international side because we're able to now get good Texas kids, good domestic players, and we have not had to go back over to Europe because we're getting a lot of good, spectacular athletes. We recruited a kid Mackenzie Davis, who's a freshman, and she enrolled early last semester. She played on our beach team, and she's in the world of athletes. She's a probably top 2, 3, 1%er. I mean, she is fast. She's explosive. And she was very under-recruited. Nobody really recruited her the way we recruited her, and we're excited to have her because she is a star athlete, and she's only 5'8". But when you watch her play, you're like, man, how tall is that girl? Because she can do all the things athletically that you want. So the best part about it, though, is she's not just an athlete. She's a spectacular human being.
Yeah.
She's smart. She cares. She comes from a great family. And those are the kids we're getting right now, and it's really helping us tackle a lot of problems without us having to deal with it because they're just so committed to their craft.
Yeah. Let's transition this just a little bit. The elephant in the room. How are you guys able to retain these players with NIL going on?
It's hard. It's getting harder every year that we're successful. But our city's doing a really great job. I got to give a big shout out to Jim Center, our athletic director, and Michael Levy, who is the director of our ability to not only get big gifts in our athletic department, but also his transition, his thoughts with our other administrators on how to tackle those problems and how to be creative. He comes from TCU. He's a young guy, and Michael Levy has done a really good job of being creative with our administrators and then working with the people in this city and connecting to them on how they can give to us that makes their hearts happy.
Yeah.
Instead of going out and saying, we need you to give us this for this, he's gone out to the city and saying, how do you want to give to UTEP Athletics, and how can you help us? And so we've had a lot of people, a lot of businesses around town say, you know what, we want to help volleyball out. So they've been giving us the opportunity to give our players an incentive to stay, which has been great. So we're not the type of program that goes out and buys players to get them here and be successful. We're the type of program that goes and recruits the players we want, and then we will give them an incentive to stay. And so that's financial. Many times that's the way you treat them. Opportunities to do things around town, be involved in certain things and be a part of something bigger is a way to keep them. But more than anything, our culture of winning, the expectation of winning championships here, that's a big piece of keeping players happy, is how you train them, how you treat them, how you take care of their bodies, and then giving them opportunities to go play professionally. And we've done that every year since we've been here, and we might have 4 players go play professionally after this season.
Oh, wow.
Which is exciting. So all those components together, that's how we're keeping players here. But it's getting harder and harder to keep them here because people recognize we've got special players.
Yeah, and with the NCAA changing the rules, 20.5 million this year?
That's the cap, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The cap, there are going to be some programs buying players.
Yeah, well, we're going to play a couple of them this year. I mean, when we walk into Nacogdoches, Texas, and we play SMU in late September, 4th weekend, there'll be $1 million worth of players on the other side of the net for them. And when we play UCLA at home on September 11th, in our home opener, there's going to be a significant number of paid players on the other side of the net. And one could guess, I don't know the exact number, but about $1 million worth of volleyball players there in our gym playing against us too. So that UCLA team has been picked in the top 10 because of the players that they were able to get and buy and bring in and give an incentive to play for them. Many of them graduate transfers and really good players from a lot of other people's teams. And so UCLA is buying into that good model of, I'm going to pay for a player to come here and help us change our program around. So we got a task at hand, and that's to take the players we've grown and that we have recruited and trained and taught and give an incentive to stay. We've got a task at hand, that is to show which model can be successful.
Yeah, and I know some people might think that coaching relationships with players is kind of a way of the patent. No, because at the end of the day, players want to play for a coach that cares about them.
100%. It's the top of the list. It's the top of the list. Finance is involved in it. That's just the nature of college athletics now. I mean, I don't live in Joe's world, Joe Golding with men's basketball and Scotty, where the conversation starts with how much money do you have in your revenue share, or in your NIL budget. Our players want to know about that, and our families want to know about that. What is the incentive? But at the end of the day, the relationship piece in college volleyball in our program and in most every program still is the top of the list of food chain items that allow for you to retain really good players.
Yeah, no. Well, I think that you guys are doing an amazing job over there. Like I said, you definitely made me a fan. Over the last 2 years, just watching, I'm like, man, and like, I see a lot of growth in that program, and so that makes me excited.
Yeah.
It makes me really excited, and just building a relationship with you over the years has really helped that as well, and I'm super excited for this year.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to be out there to a couple of games. One of the things that we've done this coming season is that we decided we were going to start covering college sports a little bit more.
Awesome.
And so doing things like this, having you come in, and hopefully we can reach out and maybe have a couple of the players want to come in and talk as well.
Would love to. I think some of the things we've done in the past creatively with components of podcasts or even live radio show type stuff is that we can even have you guys come and even call one of the games in house. Where you go and set up shop and you have some people on and or post game or pre game and do stuff like that. We'd love to have our players out. We've got a great sports information staff with Lily Valdispino over there. She's easy to connect with and say, hey, what can we do to promote what we're doing and promote the team, which is awesome. So there's a lot of stories on our team. We got a lot of people with really cool stories, and I want them to be able to share their stories and to get their voice and their name and their image and their likeness out too. So we love doing it, man. I think the most important piece of all of this is the connection of the city to our team. And we love our fans. We love the people that sat in a bar or in front of their TV on their own couch that watched us play in the NCAA tournament, that were proud of our progress and proud of our team. That means more to us than anything else. That Dead Beach Brewery was closed down and packed to let anybody else in because they were watching college volleyball. They were watching UTEP Volleyball play in the NCAA tournament. That parents took their kids out of class to watch our teams play. Those things really make us proud, and we're going to keep earning every single opportunity like that we can get for our team.
So what's next for you guys? I know you've got your blue and orange game Wednesday. Oh, no, the 16th?
Orange and Navy is this Saturday at 6 p.m. It is a ticketed event because our exhibition this year is going to be on the road. But if you have a season ticket, you can get into that match as part of the season ticket package. Otherwise, it's, I believe, a $5 ticket, which is as cheap as you can find anywhere else in the country for a really good college volleyball game.
Yes, definitely.
We've sold at last count anywhere from 800 to 1,000 season tickets. We're somewhere in that range right now. It's crazy.
Oh wow!
To be able to have that many season tickets sold. We didn't even sell season tickets when we first got here in 2019. I don't even know if we sold tickets, but so that's really pretty special. But we will have a Orange Navy scrimmage. Like I said, two of our own teams playing each other on Saturday. It's going to be a war. Then we'll turn around next week and we'll get prepared for Grand Canyon, which will be our exhibition on the road in Phoenix. They've come and played us in El Paso the last 2 years. So they lost in the championship of the WAC championship to UT Arlington last year. So they're a good volleyball team. We'll have a chance. That's two really good El Paso kids on that team that chose to go to Grand Canyon instead of staying at home and playing volleyball in El Paso. So that's always fun to match up with them. But we'll go fly out there on Friday. We'll get a practice in. We'll play them on Saturday. That'll be the 23rd. Yeah, 23rd. And then the following week, that first week of August, the 25th, is when school starts for us. And that will be our first, the start of the season. And we'll get on the road to Sacramento, where we'll play conference champ Sac State. We will play Pepperdine, who's obviously a top 25, top 30 caliber team. And then we will play UC Davis, who I think won their conference as well last year, and they're moving into to the Mountain West next year as well. So they'll be a conference opponent of ours.
Nice.
So our opening weekend is gonna be tough. It's some 3 really good college volleyball teams.
You guys will find out where you guys stand real quickly.
Right away.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what you want to know.
I want to know. That's what we're learning right now in practice. We're beating the crap out of each other, but we're learning about who can and who can't do certain things, but who wants to win and who can compete. And then that first weekend, we're going to know a lot about ourselves pretty quickly.
Nice. So as we kind of wrap this up, one of the things I do want to touch on is recruiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys brought in one junior college transfer, you said?
One junior college transfer.
And then
Yep.
high school. So is that a concerted effort that you guys are taking to go the high school route?
Yes, sir.
As opposed to running to the portal?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we can compete from the portal in El Paso because people have a stigma about our city. I think that if you're a kid who's playing in a lot of other places around the country and you're on the portal and you see that the University of Texas El Paso is going to reach out to you, and it's not like a destination. It's not like this ain't Cancun.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can say, well, I can go get people off the portal. So we don't even try.
I mean, we got the beach. We
do have the beach. We have very
just don't
little
have
water.
the
Yeah. So we've consistently, since we started here, made sure that our efforts center around getting young freshman athletes that we can teach. And so if you look at our roster right now, those 13 returning players, every single one of them was homegrown. Okay. Every single one of them was from our program, from young freshman time all the way until the end of their career. We've got 2 fifth-year players that are from freshmen from here.
Okay.
That came here as freshmen, as young people, and we've grown them. Then we have 4 other 4-year seniors that we recruited and brought here. And very few of them had Division I offers or even offers from big programs. They were all under-recruited, and so that's kind of the way we target it. And every year we will try to supplement a really good junior college player into that mix that has some experience that can maybe step into a role like Fuka will do this year with the graduation of Alyssa Cianez, local El Paso player that we grew.
Yeah.
And played here for 5 years. She didn't transfer in. We grew that young buck's abilities, and she ended up being the all-time dig leader here in the history of the program, which is huge. So that's the process for us, and we're having a lot of success with it. And I think we can continue that model with the success of our program. We're getting some. We just committed 4 really good players in 26 this summer and a star setter in 2027 from Houston. And we're getting Texas kids now because they know how good we are.
Yeah.
And I really think the trajectory of our recruiting classes is going to continue to rise.
And how much of that plays in your background on the club side?
Some. I think that more of it plays into the background of what I was able to gather from working for somebody like Mike Jordan at New Mexico State, knowing that at New Mexico State we weren't going to get top-level recruits either. We needed to learn how to go into people's backyards or into other countries or into obscure places with volleyball players that aren't volleyball players. They're just really good athletes, and teach them. And so really the background of teaching is more of what allows for us to recruit like that. We've got really good teachers in our program. We've got Courtney Johnson and Nick and Tremaine, and we've got a graduate assistant, Alex Gant, and Lexi Torres. We're all ready to teach, and we know we're not going to get top-level volleyball players. We're going to get top-level athletes, and then we better teach them how to play. And so that's really what allows for us to go and recruit like that.
Okay. Well, I know you got to get out of here, Coach. You got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time to stop by, join us here.
Yeah.
But anything you want to say in closing?
No, man. We need El Paso out. We have a big following, but we need to grow it. I mean, it would make me extremely happy to know that we can sell out that September 11th UCLA match and show them what El Paso volleyball looks like. We're proud of that. We need everybody in the stands this year, loud and proud, and there daily to support our team. And I think that we've put in a lot of work to earn those people, but we're going to keep doing it. We just need our El Paso faithful in the crowd and buying their season tickets and getting out and cheering us on and continuing to support us. This team is not going to go whatever our schedule is like 32-0. We're going to have some bumps in the road. But we're going to win a lot, and we're going to represent the city very well, and we're going to represent our university at a extremely high level. So look forward to some fun highlights this year. Our team is going to be real exciting to watch.
Definitely. Well, folks, this has been another episode of Borderland Sports Report. Thank you, Coach, for joining us. Yes, sir. And we'll catch you guys on the next show.
Go Miners.